Okay, welcome to PDMS lecture series. We are starting from the basics introduction. So first video which we were in first video we will be discussing about how to open a software PDMS. Once you have installed PDMS in your system, you can always go to run PDMS option. Okay, so that option will be available. You can search for that option and it will be available on your desktop also. So you can just click on run PDMS. It will run the software from the start and it will open a pop-up window where you need to have a login access. So there will be username and there will be password. Now PDMS is basically a server based software. So there will be one server administrator and a password and username and password will be assigned to a person. Okay, so right now in our system for practice we are using PDMS as a normal standalone software. Okay, so we will be using sample as a username password. That will take some time for initialization, so just wait to pop up that window of login and then we will discuss what kind of things we need to enter there. Okay, so yeah, so what version we are using? We are using PDMS 12, which is there installed in my system. So we are using PDMS 12. You can use any latest version if you want. Okay. Now this is the PDMS login window which you get. Now if you have a server, you can always go with the actual username and password. We are using here a standalone system. So we will be logging in using a sample. Everything will be sample. So you can select a project name if you want. We will be starting with the sample. We will use username as a sample and also password as a capital sample. Okay, enter there and then we will go for the module. Now there are different modules in PDMS. We will be starting with design module where we will be discussing about equipments, pipings, drafts, everything. Okay, so we will be starting with design module here. Okay, and say okay, and then you will be entered into the PDMS software. Okay, so it will also take some time to open a PDMS software. So yeah, so it will initialize the design module for you and it will open the PDMS design 12.0. That is what the first look of your PDMS software will be. Now, what we are going to discuss in this lecture series is we will be starting with basics, then we will go into equipments, pipings and all other features of the PDMS one by one. Okay, starting with initialization, we have opened this software right now in the first video. In the next video, we will be discussing about GUI, how we are going to control PDMS, what are the different toolbars are available in PDMS and what it is called for. The importance of understanding GUI is basically we will be using terms. Okay, so if I say a display area, if I say a current CE option, if I say go to design tab, go to modify tab, so you should understand what I am specifying as a toolbar or tool or what tool I want to start. Okay, so for that this GUI is very important. You need to understand that GUI so that you can work more efficiently in the software. Okay, so for all the softwares, the first basic thing you have to do is understand the GUI, that is graphical user interface, the first look of your software, and try to get familiarized with that GUI so that we can use it more efficiently. Okay, so it is taking some more time to launch. This depends on your system configuration. Okay, so if your system is loaded up with lot of softwares, yes, the PDMS opening will take time. Okay, so basically it's a very heavy software. It can take some time to open. Okay, so I think it is opening right now. So this is how you open a PDMS software. That is the first look of your software. Now this everything will look quite new for you. Okay, so in next video we will be discussing what all these things are on your screen. Okay, thank you. Please join back for the next video.